Larry Joe Bird.
Let's talk about Larry the Legend.
Larry Bird was the truth.
Larry Bird.
I always tell this story about Larry Bird.
Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
In a half-court situation, he was evil. I mean, you couldn't beat him.
Bird is a psychologically assassin.
Larry Joe Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
If you put all of us in a room, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
If you were to create the perfect basketball fable, it might begin in a small town in Indiana, where young boys grow up with a ball in their hands, a basket out back, and dreams of glory in their hearts. And there would be one boy who would continue to practice long after the others had gone home.
Bird was raised in French Lick, one of the poorest towns in Indiana. And the Birds were among its poorest families.
Birds were kind of poor white trash.
But I was picking up on things that I thought that were relatively simple moves that they had a hard time with. And that's when things started clicking.
Raised himself up and found the one true thing, basketball, that could let him out of what was this tiny island of his own little white ghetto.
Larry's quest for basketball perfection was developed at an early age, almost out of necessity. During his long practice hours, he wondered, why go home when there's nothing to come home to?
College recruiters were visiting southern Indiana to see the young gun who was averaging 31 points and 21 rebounds.
But if he'd found comfort, it would be short-lived. On February 3rd, 1975, Larry's father, Joe Bird, committed suicide.
It definitely was a tough year, there's no question about that. But the one thing that I did was make a decision where I was going to make my own decisions from that point on. And if it was good decisions, that's great. If it was bad decisions, I had to live with them.
Larry's hard to figure out because he doesn't really show emotions. I'm sure he had a lot of pain. He just holds it inside.
Just 6 months after his father's death, he enrolled at Indiana State.
1 year after leaving Indiana University, Bird was giving college a second chance. There would be no what-ifs. He was off to Terre Haute. And this time, there was no turning back.
Larry Bird arrived in Terre Haute knowing he would have to sit out the season due to an NCAA ruling that prohibits transfers from playing. At the start of his junior year, the kid from French Lick emerged at the national level.
Larry always says the turning point for him was when Sports Illustrated put him on the cover and they had 2 cheerleaders around him saying, "Shh, the best kept secret in college basketball." Well, not anymore.
In his junior season, the All-American Bird led Indiana State to a 23-9 record. Red Auerbach selected him with the 6th pick in the NBA draft. With the Celtics holding his rights for a year, Bird returned to Indiana State as a senior. As the Sycamores went through the 1979 regular season undefeated, the Bird legend grew. In the semifinals of the NCAA tournament, Indiana State defeated DePaul 76-74. Then, in television's highest-rated final, Bird led the #1 ranked 33-0 Sycamores against Michigan State and his future nemesis. Overmatched by the larger, more talented Spartans, Indiana State lost 75-64. Winning College Player of the Year, Bird finished his career as the 5th all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history. June 8, 1979, Bird officially landed in Boston.
Athletically, it turned around when we drafted Larry Bird. Here he came, quote unquote, the savior. So happens, guys, white, East Boston, South Boston, people could relate to him. And, Larry Bird is a great white hope. He came to a game, and everybody started standing up clapping, and I'm thinking, like, what in the hell is going on here? This guy didn't even play the game. They don't even know what he's about, but they just think that, he's going to be the difference.
I couldn't wait to call home and tell my boys, man, this dude named Larry Bird is for real. This is the baddest white dude I've ever seen in my life.
Legend of Larry Bird really took root almost from the first moment he stepped onto an NBA court.
Larry Bird was getting buckets against brothers, and if he played today, Larry Bird would still be getting buckets against brothers.
He has ice water in his veins.
So you know what I'm talking about. What is that? He's not even human.
Talk about calm under pressure.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock.
And, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock.
Larry Bird. Follows his own shot.
For a rookie, you look like you love playing this game of pro basketball.
Well, it's a lot of fun because you're playing with the best guys in the world, so you gotta go out every night and show what you got.
He was a basketball genius. He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead, play the game like a chess game.
Larry Bird could do anything.
The younger generation needs to go back and YouTube, man. Some of the stuff that man did, this is a bad boy.
To Bird. Over the backboard.
Challenges me is I marvel at people who think the guy's a hit. Larry is one of the smartest, pragmatic people I know.
Rebound Bird. Bird on the baseline. Oh, great pass. Oh, what a pass.
Clearly the best player. He owned the league on the basketball court.
I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you play it, and you have to get inside his mind. Larry wasn't quick, couldn't jump really high, but there was just some sleepless nights.
One way or another, Bird kills you.
Bird with the pass through the legs of Sigma.
Put that in the can.
I never dreamed that Larry Bird was that good a defensive player. I never dreamed that Larry Bird was that good a rebounder. And I never dreamed that he was that good a passer. I also didn't know that he would always play hurt.
After watching him play, I said, somebody went into a cave in French Lick, Indiana, found this cake of ice, started chipping away, and out popped this prehistoric old-time basketball player. He played like the old-timers played, with his head.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. And then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
That chick's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing.
The man is really spectacular. When it came down to the money time, this is what the man responded to.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for that check in the winner's circle.
The 60-point game Bird had.
You had to bring up that one, huh?
Well, Bird on the drive. The floater is good. Down low for Bird with position. He fakes it and shoots it good. Third, Bird for the bomb. Got it again.
He had got into a groove early in the game. And when you're great players in the zone, there's no defense that you can design to stop him.
Off to Bird for the open 20-footer. It's good. Bird posted left. Takes the jumper and hits it again. Down low for Bird, who feels it and takes it. And drills it again. The third, Bird for the bomb. Got it again. A three-pointer. Bird on the drive. The runner is good again. You're seeing a greater performance as you'll ever see from Larry Bird.
Nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
But we were trying.
You were trying to.
Right corner, Bird, bomb, good. They open the right side. Bird the fall away. He drills it again.
You want him to keep scoring, too.
Bird takes the jumper and hits it again. Bird has 54. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds. He got fouled. He hit the shot. Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him.
When I played, Larry Bird was the only one I feared. A lot of black guys always ask me, could Larry Bird really play that good? I said, man, Larry Bird was so good, it's frightening.
I'm thinking, oh, he's slow, he can't get off a shot, not that strong. This is gonna be a layup. Bam, knocks down a jump shot. Gets the ball again. Bam, knocks down another jump shot. You know what? I'm gonna D this guy up. I'm gonna show him what it's like. 20 feet away. Bam. 25 feet away. Bam. My mind just goes to that. Damn, this white guy can play.
Get a charge and I'll tell some of my opponents in the team that I'm going to hit the last second shot to do it. That's what I'm talking about.
Bird is the man. Ball away. Oh, wow. Oh, he wanted that one. One more impossible shot after the other.
Bird leans to the three. Yes! In your face. He gives for the high five, and Bannister kicks it back to him.
Times does he drive that spike through your heart with shots like this?
He was a cold-blooded killer.
Bird, little fake down the lane. Oh, Larry Bird!
Sometimes he gets in the fourth quarter and 3 or 4 minutes ago and everybody will come and say, okay, Larry, it's time to take over. You know, that's the greatest feeling in the world. Here you're playing with some of the best players in the game, and here they come to you and say, okay, it's time to take over the game. And that's a heck of a feeling.
Double teaming Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
Hits it at the buzzer!
Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in.
Aims to Bird. He gets a good shot in the shoulder. Boy, this is something else.
People all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. So I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, all that trash that you were talking, this man is great. Whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
Goes to Bird. He's open. Got it at the buzzer. 1 second on the clock.
Baseline. Lays it up. Yes! Count the basket for Larry Bird. Williams to Bird again. Up fakes. Fires another three-pointer. Oh! Ties it up! Loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! Good! Bird hits and the Celtics win it!
Nobody better with a game on the line. Maybe nobody better ever.
With a dedication unmatched in sports, we now know why they say, get the ball to Larry.
Gotta love to watch Larry Bird in action because he makes the game so beautiful. What a pass.
consecutive MVPs. He ran the NBA. Larry Bird ran the NBA, the alpha, and he was contemporaries with Magic and better in his prime.
Shoots and is short with it and hard. And the rebound of Bird. Look at that pass. Oh, what a show.
Talk trash with against everyone else. But you know, the difference is he could back it up.
And there is no one who went against Bird that Bird did not strike fear in. I didn't say respect, because they're all respected, but fear. You were petrified in going up against Larry Bird. All he needed to do was get the shot off.
And I'm like, please, don't put me back in there with the white guy. Please, whatever you do. It was the first time in my life I was ever scared to be go into a basketball game.
Larry was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash. And then you sit there and you go, this guy up in my face talking noise.
I just knew that we had to stop this guy. But it was Larry Bird. We never did.
Bird takes the flop. It's gone.
Bird goes right into the pivot. Now TJ holds the ball. Back in the Bird. The ball away. It's gone. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ. Lays it in. Right up 1 second left. What a play by Bird. Oh my. This place is going crazy.
And I have been very blessed having coached some of the greatest that ever played the game. But if I had to start a team today, the greatest player and the one guy I would take would be Larry Bird.
You want to say something?
What I want to say is, you know how it feels because you've been here before. Me, I haven't scored a point. You know?
But you kind of brought the guys here that scored the points.
Well,
So you're overpaid.
And late in the game, fans in Portland decided they wanted a curtain call from a 3-time MVP.
The crowd start cheering. Larry, Larry, Larry.
Crowd reacts to the entrance of Larry Bird. A standing ovation.
And as he'd done so many other times in his career, Larry Bird rose to the occasion.
Jordan with the behind-the-back save. Here's Bird.
Yes. You just knew that Larry Bird was not going to miss that shot.
It was a virtually flawless performance. The final margin of victory was 77 points. and Magic and Bird had led the way.
Bird for three.
We are here tonight to honor a man whose feats on the basketball court are simply the stuff of legend. For years to come, they will be the subject of conversations that begin with the words, "Remember when?" Throughout the history of the NBA, there have been players who were great at one aspect of the game. Deadly shooters, outstanding ball hawks or shot blockers, and so forth. There have also been some, although far fewer in number, who were outstanding multi-dimensional players. But Larry Bird is one of only a handful of NBA stars who excelled in every facet of the game.
You were the most feared player. I feared you more than anybody else because I knew if it was a little time on the clock, 0.11, half a second, this man would find a way to win that damn game. I say this because you told me one lie. You only told me one lie in your career. Only one. And you only lied to the fans and all the people in the world one time. You know what that lie was? You don't remember, do you? Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird. And so, I don't care how many people, how many players, there will never ever be another Larry Bird. So you take that to the bank.
I dedicated my life to basketball, and I dedicated my life to the Boston Celtics. I dedicated my life to the fans of Boston. I tried to play through pain that I thought that I would never be able to get out of bed. I don't want no sympathy. I just want to know what you meant to me as a player. But tonight I leave you and I say thank you. I'll be around. But tonight, my basketball career is officially over, and I had a blast. I say good night, Boston, and may God bless each and every one of you. Good night.